that exists though?
I don't know. So,
can we say that we exist because they go on social media and like, hey, there's someone who looks like me.
There's cartoons.
There's Ryan, right? He's like the biggest Filipino dude who opens up.
Yeah.
oh, from Blue's Clues.
No,
He's
Ryan.
like
He opens up toys.
Is that from Blue's Clues?
No.
Then who's the guy from? He's Filipino.
Well, he's also named Ryan, I think.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't know that.
No, there's a kid that's like a millionaire opening up toys.
Is he Filipino?
Yeah.
Ryan's World.
Yeah, Ryan's World. Yeah, he's like a
He was the first YouTuber.
Oh, dang.
Right.
I don't think my kids
right.
have the problem you have because it's out there. We're out
It's-
there.
It's out there. It's
We're
out there.
now.
And yeah, so like back then, like there was like 3 major channels, and if you had cable, you had cable, but no one looked like us. You know what I'm saying?
Who died?
And if they were like Chinese or they were doing kung fu or karate or something. There was nothing. Do you guys remember, like some of you guys are like, you know, Troy Polamalu?
Yeah.
You know, and before Troy Polamalu, there's a guy by the name of Junior Seau. And I was a kid. I was like, I hope Junior Seau is Filipino. He was actually from like Fiji or Tonga or Samoa, but he was from like the Pacific Islands or, you know, badass San Diego Charger. Like anyone who I thought looked like me, I really hoped he was Filipino. And he never was.
Yeah, who's doing fact checkers?
And it was a blessing. And, you know, just like all of us, even you can see the remnants of that today with folks who are like still being sponsored in by our parents and all that, is that they just needed to get out of a place in which there was no opportunity, you know. And I really don't think they were thinking about themselves. They were thinking about like what their families and who we could become if they did that, which is heavy. You know what I mean? Heavy.
Think about the future.
Think about the
Could be
future. Yeah.
Possibilities.
Dude, it's like a chance. Like, honestly, like I don't know if I would have taken that chance. I mean, comfort is exactly that. It's comfort. I mean, it's, you know, it's there, and you know, for them to like join the Navy and come to a different place and all that. I mean, that's just like some stuff that you have to be made out of some really like strong things inside in order for you to do that. You know, because you don't know what the future's gonna hold.
I'm sure there may have been guys that came ahead of them.
Yeah.
That came and then they came back and they were like, hey, this is a good thing, you should do it.
It's like this first Filipino dude who moved to Virginia Beach told everyone else to come down here. Yeah, no, you're right. It's like there's got to be, and that has to do like with our history. Like Filipino Americans in the Navy. I mean, folks have been doing that since like the 1900s. You know, there was like a Filipino guy in the Civil War. Shout out to Jeffrey Acosta and Fonz and all the research. But there was a Filipino person in the Civil War who fought and did that. So, you know, the U.S. military has been a lifeline for a lot of us, you know, to this day.
Let's go do some research.
You weren't, I don't think you guys were privy to watching the crowd because the lights were on you, but I was watching the crowd and those people are feeling it, you know? And the thing about that, it was like from you guys, but even though it was from one individual, whether it be Melissa, Marco, or Julie, whoever else was performing with Facts back then, there were other people in the audience who were feeling the same thing. That's where the collective comes in. And after collective comes community, and it goes, it extends from that, you know? So, I mean, it was special. It really, really was special. Yeah, and a lot of times, like, we wrote our own stuff. It isn't like, you know, like, we were doing spoken word and, like, plays and skits, and it wasn't like anything that was manufactured. Like, all you guys, like, y'all wrote the words that we were performing, which is another part of empowerment. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I remember we had this thing called the May Play.
Yeah.
And
if you guys
that
don't know
year-
what I'm sorry,
okay.
can I?
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know, understand what the May Play is. The May Play is when Salem High School Facts would be in the auditorium, and we would have pretty much the entire student body see a bunch of Filipino American students up there, like expressing themselves, and you know, through art, which this was 1996, 1997, 98, in which, man, no one was doing that. We're up on stage and like everyone wanted to see this.
It was great.
It was, yeah.
It was amazing.
Wait, shout out to Colleen Santa Ana. She's not here. But if it weren't for Colleen, I'll tell the story in another place. But Colleen is the one who really kicked my ass and really getting that going.
There were so many people involved.
Yes,
And there were so many collaborations. It wasn't just facts. There were people that weren't necessarily part of it, but wanted to be on the stage.
Bobby Poole, Jamal Batts, Janine, like all these like people who weren't even Filipino were like, this shit is dope. Let's be on this. Chris Girardi.
When you brought up Express, it's like, where could we have expressed? I don't think we had that platform. At the time, there wasn't social media.
Yeah.
It's like, my parents wanted to listen to me. They were like, hey, put that stuff away.
Yeah.
Saying, like, you gotta do something else. We're not gonna listen to
It was live, man. We were doing that live. And no one had a phone. I mean, I think I had a beeper when I first met you guys. But besides that, I don't think there was no one was taking pictures.
Yeah.
No one was like doing it.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
I think there was the one year it was a musical. Like people were seeing the musical in the hallways after the performances. And that was back when we had like 7 bells? I think.
We had a horn section in which we had freaking tuba players in the back. And you wonder why? Because my girlfriend and I at the time saw Rent in New York City with Tay Diggs. The original with Tay Diggs in the Nederlander Theater back in '97, and it was that one song, 525,600 banger, straight banger. And so we came back, and dude, I'm a big Earth, Wind, and Fire guy, and I don't know if you guys remember Alpha and Omega and Bobby McCullough.
Yeah.
Dude, those guys were great musicians. And those guys were on stage with us, like playing freaking music, like
nice.
like crazy.
Where's the video of it?
It's on a VHS. It's not even on a video. It's right up there. It's like I have a VHS. Like people, like this is crazy. Like Amanda Elliott and Jared Sednar, like these people aren't even Filipino, but they were like freaking down with all y'all because they went to school with you guys, and I'm just like, yo, this is great. 1999, Jonathan Gilchrist was on the stage. Because there was who was the best point guard that Salem ever had. I don't know if you guys ever known this, but Jonathan Gilchrist, shout out to Jonathan, and I taught his wife, who's now a principal at Green Run or somewhere. But I had him do, because back then there was a Nike commercial where people like doing handles and all this stuff. And I had Jonathan Gilchrist do that up there and on the stage for one of the May plays. That was back in whenever he graduated, 98 or 99. You don't remember that?
I don't.
Yo, we had a production.
Yeah, that was good.
I know it was big. I know that.
I was 10 years old.
But Julie came in. Julie came in and really